Arsenal 1, Chelsea nil. How you doing, Boga? Good evening.
Good evening.
What happened today now? What happened? You guys played as if you guys didn't want to win, or I don't know. The attitude, I feel that first half, or let me say the first 25 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, the attitude was poor from Chelsea. So what do you have to say about the game?
I think that's how they've been playing for a certain number of games now. Like they are not interested. But where the coach got it wrong a bit, because I was expecting Lavia in the lineup. Most people would say he has not.
He has not trained now. He just came back.
He just came back, but he has been on the bench for at least 2 matches. I think so. He has been on the bench for at least 2 matches. So what I expected was maybe him in the lineup with Enzo and Caicedo and probably Palmer to the right. But Palmer wasn't around. Okay, he hasn't been. If Lavia hasn't been around, then you probably start him or bring him early into the second half. At least give him 40 minutes of football.
Okay.
Because the midfield was, I don't know, it's always just Caicedo most times because Enzo had to push up to be marking and all. And James is not that comfortable in the midfield. And this was a crucial match where we needed somebody to hold the ball there to play. And Lavia was the only person who could do that. And he was on the bench throughout. And I don't know, the idea of playing Neto, I just feel he should be on the wings and then maybe you still try Nkunku there. Yeah, we know he's a 10 or he's not that comfortable there, but you just play Nkunku as the 9, put Neto by the wing. And so most of the subs he did when it was 85 were the subs he was supposed to do very early in the game, at least at 70 or around 65. That was what we were expecting. But it hasn't happened, and then we hope, I don't know. I think we miss Jackson at this point.
I never believed that this day was. I was going to about a Chelsea fan saying they miss Jackson. A Chelsea fan?
We miss Jackson at this point. And that's what Palmer also has been missing. I won't lie.
Wow.
Probably that's why Palmer hasn't been performing. Because no matter what it is, no matter how Jackson misses or they say he doesn't score and stuff, he always has that energy up front to charge, open spaces, come receive the ball. And we have not had that throughout the game. Imagine going forward against Arsenal. Once we're attacking them, you find only Neto in front. Because Sancho spent 90% of his game marking.
Yeah.
So he couldn't push up. There was nobody to help Neto once he was the.
Where is Maresca? Let's even talk about Sanchez, your goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Did you see his errors today?
Yeah, it's a normal thing. It's what he does every week. But when they brought Jorgensen to replace him, I think Jorgensen didn't do anything different from what Sanchez has been doing. And then if he cannot play from the back, why don't you just tell him to do what he can do best?
So I don't know why your coach is forcing them to do all those things.
Exactly. If the pressure is too much on him, tell him to clear the ball. He mustn't pass it from the back. And in recent years, we have seen Reece James. His power is going forward through the right, crossing balls in. He has won matches for us that way. Maybe they don't want to stress him because you don't want him to go up, come back, but you are still making him to mark from up. Then if it's that way, why don't you reduce the number of minutes he plays and you just allow him to play to his strength instead of bringing him into the midfield and he's just there, not really. You allow James to play to his strength.
But let me ask you this final question before we go. Where do you think Maresca is getting it from? Because the guy has been. I don't think Chelsea. I can't remember the last time Chelsea won an away game in the Premier League. I cannot remember.
Yes,
So what's
because
wrong? Where is Maresca getting it from now?
he's not allowing everybody to play to their strength. When you start from the back, when you look at Sanchez, when you look at the wingers, he's making them pass the ball too quick, too short. He's not allowing them to like express themselves. Do you get? Rhys James not playing in his position. You are taking most players out of position or making them to play the way you want to play, and it's not working out. That's why you see we just pass from front to back. Front to back. Nobody wants to dribble. You don't find our wingers trying to take on the fullbacks, and the football is just boring.
Final question. This is your last question before we go. If this thing continues like this, do you think the owner, the Chelsea board, should keep Maresca for next season?
For me personally, I don't think the coaches now are the problem. I feel we should get a bit of experience to mix with the guys because the mentality is not there. You are buying the same kind of players. There's nobody to actually ginger them. We don't have older players to make them know that this is what they have to give them that winning mentality. So they just need to mix a bit of experience among them, and I think they will be good. And then by then, you know that Maresca doesn't have any other excuse, or any coach you are bringing in doesn't have any excuse not to win. But now he's going to tell you the squad is a young squad and they are still coming up. Every coach gives that excuse. Even Pochettino was the same thing. So how do you expect them to win matches?
All right, Boba, thank you very much for joining me. See you next time.
Yeah, bye.